I'm Zoe with the Calcasieu Parish Public Library. Today we're going to do a really quick and easy art project, but it's going to get a little bit messy, so we're outside. We're going to do something called spray bottle art, and all you need to get started is a silhouette. I've just printed out a Z on some cardstock, but you can print out an animal, you could draw your own design, whatever you'd like. And we're going to need a couple of sheets of a thicker paper. I'm using watercolor paper today. You're going to need to pick one paint color, any color you like. You're going to need some straight pins and a spray bottle filled with a little bit of warm water. So I've pinned my silhouette onto my watercolor paper, just really gently, a couple of pins just to keep it in place. You could also use tape, but you'd have to be really careful when you're peeling it off. So once you've pinned your silhouette in place, you're going to pour some paint into your spray bottle to dilute the paint and let it spray more easily. So the paint that I'm working with today is actually already really thin, so I don't need that much water. I only put about this much. I'm going to pour a bunch of paint in there and play with the consistency until it's somewhere that I like it. So I've just poured a bunch of paint in here. I'm going to shake it up and then test it to see how it goes. So I actually brought this second sheet out here so I could just use it as a tester. So I'm just going to, I actually feel pretty good about that, so I think I've used enough paint, but if you don't really like how yours sprays, you can play with the water to paint ratio until you feel really good about it. I don't want my paint to be too watery because then it'll start to drip down and it'll like leak behind my silhouette and kind of ruin the whole thing. So I'm going to set that aside and we'll spray it on our piece. So I'm just going to keep spraying it until I really like it. I'm going to try to get this really uneven coverage. I don't want the whole thing to be covered, and I don't want it to be too saturated because then it'll start to drip. I'm getting a couple drips, but I think that'll be okay. I kind of like this pattern that I've gotten here, so I might leave it like this, but you can play with it however you want. If you mess up or if you spray way too much paint on there, you could always grab a second sheet of paper and try again. My painting is mostly dry, so we're going to go ahead and take the silhouette off and see what it looks like. So here's our finished product. If you give it a try, let us know how you liked it, and feel free to tag us in a picture.